Alright, so a couple of things before we get into our next video for today for Hero Colosseum. I've been gone for a few days because of a couple of reasons. I'm sure you're all aware of the one big reason being that the first raid has come around. And I just want to give a special thank you and shout out to RC Blazer, because for the past 12 straight hours between this morning and yesterday, it took me that long just to get the last loading screen and the last CC mascot. But thankfully now, as you're about to see, let me just go to the portal real quick. So as you can all see, everything is grayed out for me. And that took way too long. And just to really drive home the point, because I did this for maybe like a couple hours or so with one of my other buddies, Bullet. I want you to look at his score and then look at mine. And this is just to give you an idea of how bad my luck is. So, my current score, 2,797,907. Let me go to Bullet. Pretty sure he was 51st, somewhere around there. Actually, it might be further down now. I'm gonna have to check. Alright, no, this is gonna take too long, so... thought there was an option to, like, view front scores, but... guess not, so... give me just a minute. I know he's in here. Let's see, Morris... come on, Bullet, I know you're in here. Oh, there's 6. There we go, here's Bullet. Now look at his score. 447,471. He is so freaking lucky, dude. He got everything in just a few hours. I was not too happy with how much I was getting screwed over with RNG. But that right there ought to tell you how bad my luck is. Now that I've bitched and moaned about that long enough, let's get back into some more Hero Colosseum. I've already got a team made and ready to go for the 5-star free battles for today. And while we're also here, I got my kitty Mouse up in my desk here, so he's going to be my recording buddy for this one. So everybody say hi, Mouse. And I've already done all the 5-star free battles. Admittedly, I did a couple of takes already. I wasn't really too pleased with them, so I'm redoing it yet a third time. Well, this is my third attempt, I should say. You know what they say though, third time's a charm. And I wanted to do a third take because I went back and watched my first couple of vids, and I'm looking at my teams, and I only really changed up like a figure or two here. Here I'm using like all new figures, with the exception of Piccolo and Goku, but I'm using new variants of them, so... give me a little bit of a break with that, thank you. Would appreciate that. And I agree with Rock and Robo. This is a very good and highly underrated figure. Would definitely recommend putting him on your team. But anyway, I'm using the speedier, less harder hitting variant of Goku. I think he's actually really good and underrated because, I mean, yeah, he has less attack than the other variant, and you can still get more HP with, I just realized, I think I duped this, yeah, I duped this one entirely in HP. But anyway, the other variant... let me actually go take a look at him, I apologize. Bear with me. There's something I want to check, because I don't know if I have 1 or 2 versions of it. Okay, never mind, I was just looking at the HP stat in-game, I guess it does that. I didn't dupe them all into HP like I thought I did. That's confusing. They need to, like, fix that. Oh, you want to see something else really confusing? Look at this really quick. I think it was here. No, it's here. It's one of the O2 skills. Look at this. Defense up O2. Look at what the skill says, though. It says it's adding to your attack. That's very, very confusing. And don't worry, I'll be sure to put another timestamp in the description, because this, again, took a while, and you have my sincerest apologies for taking so long to get into that. Let's get on with this, though. So, thing with the other original Super Saiyan 4 Goku, as I was saying, yeah, he's not very fast at all, but he's still better for a number of reasons, actually. One, he has more attack at base, and you can get his HP above this one's by duping all into HP, which, I mean, his attack more than makes up for it, and you've seen what that version can do with an entirely duped HP stat, and he still has over 5,000 attack. This one hits a lot less hard, and I guess to compensate for that, they just made him faster. I think he has less defense, I would have to check. So that's not too bad a defense stat. I think the other one actually has more defense. Anyway, we'll look at that after we're done with this fight. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to mention also, I think Dimps took one of Unleashed's ideas, because I'm looking at all of the character skills, and only one of them has a heart symbol, and it's the one I have equipped to my Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in my current deck here. It's got like a crack or zigzag in it. But yeah, that is the only character skill I noticed with the heart symbol. I think they just copied Unleashed's idea, but didn't give us Unleashed version, which I think was really awesome, where you could put your figures in the back row and build back up their HP, which is of course in place of their stamina, since he got that idea from Super Dragon Ball Heroes. That was a really fun mod to run through, by the way, Unleashed. Colosseum of Doom, that was so much fun. And I hope other people have had a chance to play it, because yeah, I know you put so much work into it, and you sent me tons and tons of updated versions of it. I did have a lot of fun with it, though. And I know I'm probably going to get a little bit of crap for using Piccolo here in the deck, but you have to understand he was in GT. But I'm kind of doing a little bit of a shout out here somewhat to one of Rock and Robo's vids, because he did an all GT team at one point. He had both Super Saiyan 4 Gokus, both Super Saiyan 4 Vegetas, and he also had the, what else did he have? Oh yeah, he had the original Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta as well. Another thing I will agree with him on, this is a very, very underrated figure. Very amazing stats. It's really freaking hard. Provides a lot of defense and whatnot to the team. Excellent figure. And I'm not bothering with an Owen figure in this deck either, for two reasons. One, it's just 5-star free battles, I'm gonna be just fine. And two, Omega Shenron's gonna keep lowering that anyway, so I'm not even going to bother or attempt. And as you can see by the Master's HP, it'll go down a bit. Not a whole lot, but still decent. Every little bit helps, I think. And good god, freaking Vegeta just ended him. That was quite a bit of damage. Did not expect him to, like, kill him that quick. Let's take a quick look at the other Super Saiyan 4 Goku, though. I'm curious to see what his base defense is. No, that's the current deck. Okay, so his defense is better, I was right. We just beat Hercule, now we are on to Kid Buu. And what I did is, and I can actually just go through them really quick after we're done here, But I did manage to get, like I said, all the loading screens so far. The other ones were still waiting in the shop. I'm sure plenty of you have already seen the loading screens elsewhere. But I'll just quickly skim through the ones I do have. Missing 20 more, I think, altogether. Actually, no, I'm wrong on that. I did the math on it, and I think only 20 of the loading screens you can get in the TP Metal shop. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure on that. If I recall too, I think you get the Supreme Kai of Time loading screen from doing the whole thing. Either that or unlocking it through one of the quests. I'm sorry, glorified parallel quests. Jesus Christ, is the match really over that quickly? The power of O2 skills, I guess. I can't believe that ended that quick. It's also somewhat of another reason why I'm running O2 skills on these guys, because the first 2 takes I did, I went through all the free battles with just my regular team, my go-to team, the one that has like all HP dupes in Piccolo, Vados, and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And while that team is incredibly amazing, and I've never lost with it once, it did drag the fights out, which made it take around a half hour for each take, so I don't want to waste any more of your folks' time than I already have, especially at the start of this one. Again, there will be a annotation in the description, so you don't have to put up with my whining and bitching for too long. And I'm gonna get this out of the way right now because, as you can hear and tell, I am not a family-friendly channel. So, if you thought I was, I'm flattered, but, no. One other thing I should mention, I suppose it's not too important, I'm not too worried about it, but I think I may have actually come into contact with the virus the other day, unfortunately. So, this morning, I actually got tested, and I'm waiting on the results to come back within, like, 2 to 5 days. Hopefully it's sooner rather than later, because I do want to go back to work as soon as possible, but I essentially had to go home, and unfortunately I can't go back to work until I get tested, so we're just, you know, waiting it out. Not the worst thing in the world, though. I will get to hang out more with Malice. It's just going to suck financially, because, you know, I'm going to have to wait to make up all that lost work time. At most, though, it'll be like a few days, so, you know, hoping it won't be that bad at all. Thankfully, I actually have a really good studio here. I think this is actually the only studio they had left. Like, and someone was checking it out when I went to come in and sign the lease and whatnot. So, or rather, when they were applying for it. So, I jumped on that right away and made sure to get it, because I did not want to take a chance on missing out on that. Pretty sure we just did Mira. Moving on, we have the Doria. It's very affordable here, thankfully. They only require you to make twice the amount of monthly rent as compared to 3 for a lot of places. And they actually only charge, and I know this might sound like a lot to some of you, but it's only $900 flat each month. That's of course not counting electricity. I think gas and water come with it. Like, they come with the monthly payment, and then I have to use this thing called ComEd to pay things like the electricity. I think electricity is like my biggest worry, but thankfully that's been really easy to afford so far. I got that set up on automatic payment too, so I don't have to worry about that. You can just monitor my account, etc., etc. Definitely protect yourselves, especially during times like these where financial struggles are even more prevalent. And I really do feel for everyone out there who is struggling with this whole virus thing. I think everybody to a certain extent is. I would say it's even worse for those unfortunate homeless people. I definitely, feel for them. Anytime I come across one, I do try to, I try to at least do something for them. Even if it's just pointing them in the direction to a homeless shelter. Like, if I have some spare change on me, though, or like a spare burger, I'll give it to them. And I ain't claiming to be no saint either. That's just the kind of person I am. It really pains me to see people struggling, and I'm very fortunate and thankful that I'm not one of them. Also going to bring this up yet again. Hopefully it'll be the very last time I do. Really don't understand their decision on nerfing the ever-living crap out of meditation. Making me have to make Rubes' default hair color the frickin' royal blue and then make me change her pupils, because those are the exact ones that come up for female Earthlings and Saiyans. Oh, I shouldn't say Earthlings, for female Saiyans. When using the transformation, those are like the default ones you see come on. And I know that because I had something to compare it to when I was, adjusting that. I think I may have already mentioned that, though. I had about, when I was redoing her, essentially. And while I'm on the topic of the hair, I want to thank my buddy QB4 Square again. Very resourceful, very fun guy. He's honestly pretty awesome. He helped me get a hold of that odds where you can just get the keys from the World Tag Team World Tournament. I forgot the name of the quest. I think it's like quest number 5 though. World Tournament Tag Team, I think that was it. But anyway, you boot up the game with the mod working, and that's the quest you do, and it's guaranteed drop. You get all the keys from it. And I'm kind of bummed that they didn't give us other characters. Like, what about Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? I understand we have Blue Gogeta already, but I think a lot of people were clamoring for a customizable Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and I was one of them, because he doesn't even have max charge on him. So he's got nothing to charge with. I don't know why they did him instead of... Because I have no issue with Tapion. Tapion's actually one of my favorite characters ever. Truth be told, I think they should have given him by default maximum charge. But the fact that they didn't makes me okay with them putting him as a customizable partner. He does get some pretty decent moves. A lot of them being Trunks' actually. And I think he even gets Burning Strike. If I recall anyway, that's the name of Future Trunks' ultimate. The one from Super. Yeah. Pretty dang sure we just did cooler. You'll have to excuse me, I'm really groggy still from not just the other night, because I was behind on sleep then too. I was up farming for quite a bit, trying to get everything else in the raid. And then last night, that really took me out of it, so I'm very exhausted right now. And I don't know if I stated this in any of my previous videos at all, but I actually am attempting to show off other figures and other teams whenever I do these. From now on, if I can, because I know how boring it can get just watching somebody do the same exact team over and over again. You can easily, predict how the battle's gonna go. You just, I'll just be putting out Super Saiyan 4 Goku with Vados and Piccolo, and I'll pretty much do that all game, just so that I can put Super Saiyan 4 Goku not only on par with Focus Flash Vegeta, although he does end the game quicker, but he's also a backup tank. That's kind of like how I prefer to run the deck. If I need to screw their damage mitigation and their defense, I'll put Focus Flash Vegeta out there after like 2 or 3 turns with just the usual Super Saiyan 4 Goku I run. And I'll try to end the game a little quicker that way, or just heavily tip the scales in my favor so that the AI has less to work with. And they have quite little to work with, in my opinion, considering that the AI can be rock stupid to the point where they don't even put their figures on their trigger squares, which still doesn't make any sense to me. Getting really lucky with the counterattacks, it seems, this bit. Now that I said that, I'm probably not gonna get any for the rest of the battle here. I think when it comes to counterattacks, Rocket Robo has the absolute worst luck with it, and I'm not jabbing at him or anything. It cracks me up every time, I'm not gonna lie. Especially when he's doing online. And I don't want him to think I'm making fun of him. I just find it kind of hilarious. And he's actually my favorite meme. Just because of Unleashed, where he made, I don't remember if he named the figure Rockin' Robo or if he named it Babo or Rockin' Babo. He deleted that video quite a while ago and really don't understand why. Haven't had a chance to ask either. You know, just for the hell of it, and so we can actually see, you know, someone else on the field, because I know I've been running a lot of Piccolo and Gogeta this vid. It's a really easy, you know, go-to strat for a lot of players. I kind of got sidetracked a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm sorry for that. You'll have to excuse me again, I'm very sleepy. Probably gonna go take a nap after I'm all done here, not gonna lie. Thankfully, I'm looking at the timer, it's actually a lot shorter than it was before. So that's at least, you know, something. This vid is still gonna be considerably long, though. Well, I wanted to see Omega Shenron ult, but I think Vegeta's just gonna end Supreme Cut. Jesus, over 11k. He's not even using SEC skills. Like, he's a very good, underrated figure. I would say definitely use him. Like, especially if you can get him on the field with Vados and Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you know, the original one. I think that'd be really freaking broken. But anyway, that is pretty much going to do it for the vid. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't worry, again, I will put a annotation in the description, so if you want to just skip ahead to the fighting, I'll probably leave a comment for that too, just in case. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I'm gonna go take a nap here, and take care. Peace.